using a pen name to write romance novels. Believe it or not, when you go to Amazon and you check out the different romance categories, you're going to find many authors decide to use a pen name instead of actually using their real name for their books. This common practice is something that a lot of people consider before they start writing, and you should too. So exactly what is a pen name? Well, it's also called a pseudonym, but it could be best described as a persona that you take on when you write your story. This persona is that name, and when you would sign your books or interact with the audience that reads your books, that's who you become. It is a disconnect from your everyday life, and it doesn't attack or lean or do anything else but be its own separate entity. And a lot of writers like this, so they don't have to worry about what other people think that live close by or what other people project about their work. So the question is a pen name right for you? And for a romance writer, it's really a big consideration. Here's why. It keeps your name out of the steamy scenes. Well, let's be frank. You're writing romance novels. There's going to be sex scenes. There may be heavy petting. There could be a lot of kissing. Do you want your name connected to that? The majority of writers will have a resounding no, not at all. A pen name stops your connection. People focus just on your book. Readers have fantasies. These fantasies include the authors that write the different characters of books, especially true for romance books. Keeping the focus just on your book and using a pen name allows the reader to fantasize on the characters and not on the individual writing the book. There's no worries at work or church. This is a big issue for some folks who have regular jobs, they have lives, they have families, and they have friends, all who might be a little judgmental if in fact they found out they wrote a romance book. Putting a pen name out there, that means you don't have to worry about it anymore. Your persona writes the books. You live at your house and interact in your community just as you would before. It's literary freedom. This is a big element. To not have worry or guilt or peering eyes looking at you while you put together your romance book, that's a big deal. So when you think about the freedom that comes with a pen name, a lot of people will opt in immediately. So there's some cons of a pen name too, things that you have to overcome to be successful if you use a pen name. It's harder to promote your book. Now, when you think about an Amazon Kindle book that's romance-based, it's a really strong genre right now. So it's not a big issue if you have a little bit of a difficulty to promote your book off-site. However, it does affect some writers. And it's important to note that it's harder to promote because you're not going to be putting this book on your Twitter stream or sharing it with your neighbor. It's different than if you had your name on the title. Again, when you talk about your own social media, this is not a book that if you use a pen name that you're going to be putting on your Facebook, your Tumblr, your Pingler, your Twitter. You're going to need not to do that. Is that going to be a problem for you? You have to think about the element of how many people would I sell books to if they knew I was writing a romance versus they don't know, so I won't make sales there, but it doesn't matter. Some people are very supportive of authors, and if you write a book, they'll be there with bells on to buy a book. But when it comes to romance, it's different. So when you look at your list of contacts, do you think these folks would write a book or buy your book? Or would they be supportive by saying, hey, great job? And if it's the latter, then you should use a pen name. You need to create new accounts. It's not necessary to put it on your own social media, but your persona is going to want to have their own accounts. They're going to want to have their Twitter account to keep updates with people. You're going to want to have a Facebook account so that way you can share the book with folks. So you're going to have to invest time in creating new accounts. So let's say you've decided you want to get a pen name. You want to actually have a persona that writes your books. Congratulations. Here's how you're going to find the perfect name. You want to go back and look at popular baby names the year you were born. believe it or not, some of the best names come from babies that were born that's about the same age as you are. Check the year you were born, and then a couple years prior, and a couple years after. In this regard, you'll be able to see a variety of names, both male and female, that you can use that are popular and would be appropriate. Also, your personal favorite names. If you've loved Michaela all your life, or Alice, or Pamela, well, it sounds like you already have a pen name. All you need to do is find a last name, and you're set. Aunts, uncles, family members. This is another very interesting aspect. When you look on Amazon Kindle, you'll notice that there is a family connection on some of the different pen names used. Perhaps you have a connection yourself with a family member who has passed on, or someone who's had a huge influence in your life that you'd like to honor by using their name as a pen name. So how do you promote your name and your book if it doesn't have your real name on it? So you've got your book, you've got your pen name, but now you've got to figure out how to promote that if it's outside the Amazon platform. Let's discuss some ways that would actually work for you, and no one will know who you are. First of all, the ever-popular Goodreads. Every person who writes a book, both real, persona, and otherwise, can start a Goodreads account and promote the book within. This is especially important because there are a lot of great readers on this site. The only nuance with this issue is that they only allow one person per email address. So if you write a book under your real name and post on Goodreads, you'll need to write, and then you write another book that's not in your real name, but your persona name or your pen name, you'll need to have a new email address for that. And they sit down and explain their terms of service on this, and they're very open to having two emails with two different names on it. It's just how their system works. Amazon. Amazon supports all of their authors, both pen names and real. Of course, you have one account, so they know who you really are. Amazon does. But nonetheless, if you have a book that's in a pen name, you can promote it on the platform as well. About.me. This website is extremely powerful and a great place to go if you have a pen name. Here's why. About Me always feeds right into the Google search. It's an opportunity to tell readers a little bit about your book, about your characters, and about who you are, even if you use the pen name. They even have a spot where you could put a picture. Although, if you're going to use a picture, consider doing it from a distance because, as you probably are well aware, a photograph can be identified through Google search. So the about.me is the actual site. You sign up, you put all your information in there, and then your pen name starts its own account. Social media. If you do a Facebook fan page with your pen name or your book, people will not know that you're connected to it unless you promote it. This Facebook page is a great place to get started, and it puts you back into the Google search, which is what your pen name really needs. So you may be asking yourself, how widely used are pen names for romance writers? On average, out of every 10 authors, 6 are using pen names in the romance categories. It's usually pretty easy to spot if you're using a pen name. So try to make your name believable. Play on words, very apparent combination of words. Make the reader identify that it's a pen name immediately. So try to make it as personable and as real as possible. Authors who use pen names also don't always include a picture. Now this is a mistake. If you have a picture, as long as your face isn't clearly shown, it should be posted. This allows some connection between you and the author, and that's you as the author and your reader. It's become a standard practice to use an alternate name in this genre. Now, you can't say that about nonfiction, and you definitely couldn't say that about mystery writers. But in the romance category, it's not surprising at all to go to a romance conference and meet some of these romance writers, and their name isn't really who they are at all. It's their pen name. So don't be surprised if you find that many of the people you read in the romance categories actually have alternate names, and you are using a pen name. So the question is, which is right for you? A pen name or using your real name? That's something you'll have to decide.